Can you see my screen? Hello.
Yes, we can see. Yes, we can see.
Today me and Mubarak going to do the assignment 49, the last assignment of Docker, and it is EpicBook assignment. And before doing the before Dockerizing it, let's revise the manual steps. Uh, First of all, we need to update and upgrade packages, and then we need to install Git, and then we need to clone the EpicBook application from GitHub. And then there are two methods to do this using RDS or MySQL flexible server, or we can install MySQL server into our VM and proceed this. And then we need to set up MySQL client by install, then start the service, and then log into MySQL, and then we need to create a database, uh, the bookstore, and then we need to run database scripts inside it, and then we need to install Node.js and npm, and then we need to install project dependencies using npm install, uh, and then we need to install nginx, and then start and enable it, and then we need to configure nginx as reverse proxy, and then we need to add database connection details in EpicBook configuration file to this file, config/config.json, and then we need to start Node.js application using this node server.js command. And then in manual method, our EpicBook application will be live. And then let's see what are the prerequisites for this assignment. Uh, we need a cloud VM with security group allowing required ports to connect, like port 22 to connect via SSH, and then port 80, and if you need port 8080 or port 3000, likewise. And then we need to install Docker inside it. And then in this assignment, we are using Docker Compose. So we need to manually install this Docker Compose because it is not come by default with when we install Docker. And then we need to install Git. And after that, we need to clone the EpicBook repo to that VM. This is the file structure we have created for this uh, project. Uh, it's epic compose.yml for write the compose YAML file. And then we have Docker file. Uh, and then we have added initdb file with database schemas. This EpicBook app is the one we have cloned here. We have renamed it. And then this complete config template.json is template for creating configuration file. We are When we are doing this assignment, we are creating .tna file, and from that .tna file, this entry point.sh is getting the environment variable, and it will update this config template and create the config file. Uh, Additionally, you can add Docker ignore file and git ignore file in here. Now Mubarak will do the demo part.
So basically, there are three containers, separate containers, right?
Yeah.
Front end, back end, and database.
Um,
Okay, let's go in demo.
Thank you, Anjana. You have explained really well.
Yes.
And yeah, exactly. That's she explained. We have done everything in this demo. And
But
yes, there are three containers. One is for MySQL, and another is for EpicBook application for Node.js app, and another for reverse proxy to expose our application on port 80. Uh, okay, so Let me share my screen. Screen. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, visible.
Okay. So this is our project folder. So let's see our compose file first. So this is our Docker compose file, and there are 3 services. One is for MySQL, and then
Can you
for
can you increase a little bit of font size for this?
okay.
That's better. Okay.
It's clear now. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, so there are 3 containers. One is for database MySQL, and another is for our EpicBook application for running Node.js app. And we have used new things here. Instead of Nginx reverse proxy, we have used Traefik. I don't know what it's pronounced, but I'm saying Traefik. So with Traefik, we can do same like Nginx reverse proxy. And with this, it's with advanced tool that we have used in cloud native application for like in multi-container setups. When we need to like when there is some dependency to communicate container between internally. So in that case, we use Traefik, and it's some advanced tool that can allow HTTPS protocol on localhost server as well.
So it's
Actually,
better in your Nginx.
Sorry, Anuradha, can you repeat?
Is it better than Nginx? Like in some way, some
Yes,
features are better.
it's better, and it's more like it's advanced tool that I mean using. I mean, it's very popular when you are dealing with cloud native application for uh, multi-container setups. And it's like actually I did not get enough time to explore more, but the thing is, yeah, it's a better tool, and it's have some dashboard also where you can trace logs and metrics, and you can trace also the request, the networking things. So yeah.
Yeah, I went with Nginx because the previous assignment also Nginx, it was almost there. So I didn't try to explore new tool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I have tried this. I have a little knowledge on this, and I have tried this, and I will show. But so far I got on this. Okay, so yeah, these are the containers, and in MySQL container, one of the big challenge for me was like, how can we pass our initial data? We have to pass this initial data. Book history schema, then author seed and book seed. So when we run the database container, we have to ensure that this container has the data has the book history database, and also in that book history database, it has this schema and also books and author data. So how can we ensure that it will have this container have this data? So for this, I have used a volumes, and in volumes I have mount this init.db folder with docker entry point db. So in MySQL container, when you put anything in your docker entry point folder, it basically when the container runs, it uh, runs everything inside this folder. So we have passed some SQL script, and it also executed when the container starts. So that's how this data is stored when the container is created. So at the end, we will get the container, and also this container will be prepared with this data. And then come to the EpicBook.
It means we have inserted SQL data, right? Database.
Yes. So yeah, this is the folder. We just pass the folder, and in this folder we have this data. And
Okay.
there are also is need to be ensured that you have passed it in sequential order, because, for example, this is the schema file, right? And schema file, what it does, first create the tables,
Hmm.
right? So this schema first create the tables. So
Exactly. Hmm.
that's why you have to pass this first. So once it's executed, then this database have these tables.
Mhm.
After then, we can put data inside this table.
Yes.
That's why I said this as a 01 number. It will execute fast. Then it will go for author seed. You see,
Hmm.
in author seed, we have passed this data into the author table.
Yes. It
And
will
then
save in
also,
database.
yeah, then also the book seed. So
Okay.
we have to ensure that our compose file and in MySQL container, this volume data ensure that this are the sequential order. Otherwise, the container will fail. And this is the volume for storing persistent data. And yeah, and in EpicBook, this is the EpicBook app that we have cloned from the Proven Misha Sir's repo. And we have used this as the build file. And uh, for this is our Docker file. And okay, so the thing is, let me check again. So this is our compose file, and here we just put the path. This is the current path, and so in current path there is a folder EpicBook app. So what we did in Docker file, we have copied this application folder, not these things. So it will copy just this folder because we need this application, not this pipelines, compose. We don't need these things. So we have defined here that we have to copy this EpicBook app inside this EpicBook folder work directory. And we have copied this config template.json file. So this is the template file. Let's open this. So you see, this is the JSON file. You remember that in EpicBook, we need to update our config.json to share this database information like username, password, database host, these are things.
Right. Right.
So when we are dealing with production setups, we can't put anything plain text. So this is the another challenge. How can we pass this, this database information securely inside the container? So then I searched and find out that we can pass this as a config template file. And then how this config template will be created config.json with the data. So for that, in our Docker file, we have used entry point, and this is nothing but a shell script. Let's open this entry point file. So yeah, so this is the entry point. So you see what it does, it's created inside the folder, a config folder, and that in that folder, it's created config.json file. But it does something like we have used this Linux tool, environment substring, that basically uh, find substring value pattern matching. Uh, then it paste with the value. Basically, it's load value from the environment. Then it find pattern for that value in this template.json, and then it replace that pattern with the value. If you remember here, uh, this is our environment sample.file. So you see, this is the pattern. Like it will find something like this, and let me open first a template file. So yeah, you see, this is MySQL user. So when our entry point will run, it will look for these things, and then it will replace with the value that we will pass in our compose file. Yeah, so this is the another challenge that we have solved using config template to pass configuration variable securely. And okay, if you, yeah, here we have passed as a environment file, not variable. Instead, we have used the file .env. And I think, yeah, these are the common we know health check. So this is just try to reach URL and ensure that URL is reachable or not. And in labels, this is important for Traefik. Not sure. Okay. So with these labels, our Traefik container understand that there is another container that's running and it needs to be routed on this port. So when we try to reach port 80, this Traefik routes request to this 8080 port. That's how we can access our EpicBook application with 80 port. And yeah, this is our Traefik container. And in Traefik container, we have set some comments to ensure this is insecure. We are not using HTTPS here. And our providers is Docker for the container. And the endpoints that will reach on port 80. And here 8080 port is basically for the Traefik dashboard. We will see that later. And just for the health checks. And we have used two networks again, like in the previous assignment. So one for DB network and another for application network. So in DB network, with this DB network, our database and EpicBook communicate each other. And with app network, Traefik container and EpicBook container communicate with each other. So and this is the volume. So yeah, this is the compose OML file. Let me know if you have any confusion on this file. Otherwise, we will proceed for the next step. Any confusion,
hello,
guys?
please, can I see your .env file?
.env file, right? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, I did not create yet .env, but .env will be like this. This is the sample file. So yeah, like this. So basically,
Okay. Go back to the Docker compose file.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the
okay.
variable we have used here, and for here we just pass the environment, the whole file actually. So we've seen the environment. Okay, so this is the things. Now let's try to run and see how it works or not. So for this, we have to create a VM. So let's create the VM first. This is another problem that I have solved during this cohort. I will share it later, and it's a very interesting project for me. Let's use T2 medium. One hour is enough, I think. Skip to one. Okay.
Mubarak, hello, Mubarak.
Yes, Rookie, go on.
Can we get a video of these stuff you are doing, please? Because this is the first time seeing something like this party. So please, I would like to get the video so that I can go through it. Please, I beg you. Can you hear me?
Sorry, Rookie, it's hard to understand what you are saying. It's like some noise there.
I'm in the metro. That's why I hear the sound. I'm just saying that the video for this presentation can be made available so that I can go through it, because this thing really gives me tough time. I've not done this. And this is the first time I've seen something like Traefik that you are using. So please, I would like to get the video so that I can do it on my own, but while looking at the video.
Anyone get what it's saying? I'm really sorry, but it's for hard me to understand.
Okay,
Can you type in the chat
You were
box?
saying that
Yeah, don't know that.
Can you type in the chat box so we can read and understand? So our VM is ready.
I think he was asking if the video could be made available so that
Oh
you
yeah,
can go through it again.
yes. Video is recording. So far I know. Shamsa, can you confirm? Video, video is recording, right? This meeting is recorded. Yeah. Okay. So let's log in our VM. And then install Docker. 1 minute. Yeah. Okay, so let's install Docker. So basically I use bash script, so it's easy to install. With this bash script, Docker will be installed easily. Yeah. It will take some time. Okay, Docker is installed. Now let's clone the project. We're inside the project now. So let's get the environment file here. We're using this demo password, no problem. So let's copy and okay. So .env is created, and we have compose file, also configure template. So everything we have. Now let's run the Docker compose. Okay. So it's building image and this is our target. Like we are using Traefik to expose our application on port 80, and when we'll use the public IP to with this port, then this Traefik will pass the request to the EpicBook Node.js app, and this EpicBook will retrieve data from the MySQL database. Okay, so I'm getting error. It's basically the error I'm getting. I couldn't able to solve it. It was like some health check issue. Let me show you guys. I don't know if you have any about knowledge about this. How can we solve it? So the thing is, in health check, we set a command to test how it will check the health. Then we define interval. So the interval is like how many times in it will repeat again. So this is the 30-second later it will try again. So and this is the retries, how many times it will try, and this is a timeout request. I mean every request it will longer for 10 seconds. And this is the start period. So once the content is created, it will start after 40 seconds. So maybe in my case, it's getting failed because uh, I have defined, let's see. Okay, so I have defined 90 seconds start periods, but maybe it's in 90 seconds, my application is not yet ready. So, but if we see the Docker PS, then we will see that it's running. Now that's it. Screen. Right. Okay. So Docker PS. If we see it's up and running, but our health check feedback is error. And so the problem is, since this is getting error, then our traffic container is did to run because it depends on this health check. So our EpicBook health check given a error feedback. That's why traffic container failed to start. So let's try to run again, and I think it will be solved. Or it is. I'm still struggling with this error. Sorry. So Docker compose up. Now let's say just run this again. So yes, now it's healthy and started. So traffic container also started. Now
See,
let's.
that Nginx, that reverse proxy server, whatever you're using,
Mhm.
that it waits. It doesn't wait. It immediately starts, and then it finds that the dependency, that is your EpicBook app, is not started, so it fails. Whereas
Yeah,
for
yeah.
EpicBook app, it there is a wait time. I think it retries, right? Because there also we have to keep a retry option. So when only the database is ready, it keeps retrying, and then after that it starts. Whereas for the last option, we don't have any such thing. So it checks one time and it finds, yeah, it is not there, and then it stops. There's no retry option there. So that's why this error you're getting. If you keep again one more option of, within Nginx also, I'm using Nginx.
Mhm.
Uh, if you have that option in your Docker Compose, then that should work for you. This section where you have your checking, where is that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
health check. So
You,
here, you're keeping in two places. One is your database you're keeping,
yeah.
and then your app you're keeping. But then for Nginx, just come down. Nginx, you're just saying service is healthy. So this comes quickly. That's what my understanding is. This it immediately looks at the previous app and it says, okay, it is healthy, but it takes time for that service to come up fully. So that's why that error you're getting in between. Na?
No, yeah, the error. Yes, the thing is, this error. I get error on EpicBook container, right? So it's giving error because of this health check, and this health check is tried 5 times and it did not came with any success requests. So it's giving errors, and our traffic container also depends on this EpicBook, right? So when
Right.
it gives error feedback, so our traffic container should not run because it depends on EpicBook with condition service healthy. But since we are getting error, so error is not service healthy, right?
Yes, but it goes immediately. There's no wait. That's
Oh,
what my
okay.
understanding. There's no waiting. Like it doesn't retry. If it is not healthy, it should
Oh, okay,
retry.
okay. So
Okay.
I think I got you. So that the thing is, it will try 5 times, but and in traffic container it will come with for the first time, right?
Yes. And by then
So
it's still
there is
doing it.
retry. It will not check retries. Oh,
Right.
okay. So I don't know about it. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's what it is. I have not set it. In mine
Okay.
also, it is
Okay.
only in those two places.
Okay.
Even for me, it gives, even for Nginx also, it gives like that. But then when you run it again, the second time it comes. But I think that is the thing. You have to try again whether it is successful or not. Just waiting.
Okay. So this is our public API. I think our app is ready. Now let's see, is it working or not? We still have doubt, but let's see. Okay. Okay. So it's working. And yeah. So now we need to explore. We will try one more thing, which is Traefik dashboard that we will try to know here. So RF as ready, right? So we can you see one more thing I need to share, that if we look at EpicBook here, you see we did not expose any port, right? There is no port we have exposed. So the thing is, it's internally running on port 8080, and Traefik will directly communicate with this EpicBook container under this port. So we did not expose any port in our host machine. And when we are accessing this application with port 80, it's sending request on EpicBook container. Now, why Traefik is popular? Let's see our Traefik dashboard to understand it. So, yeah. So Epic dashboard is running on port 8080. You see there is two port. One 8082 puts to server load balancer, and 8080 put for the Traefik dashboard. So we are now in Traefik dashboard. And here we can see we're running application on port 80, and there are how many routers, the services we can see from here. I don't have much knowledge about this traffic proxy, so I can share much about. But one thing I can share here, this is our, you see it's a load balancer. So load balancer are the application here. So like these are the application. So traffic container is the application. MySQL is the application for the container, another container, and EpicBook also EpicBook also another container. So, and this server define the remember with Docker Compose we can scale every container, right? So in one service can create multiple containers. So these are the service, like MySQL is a service, EpicBook is a service, and Traefik is also service. So we are using single container for each service. That's why it's saying server one, server one. If we go there, so this is our internal IP with port. So Traefik is sending request to this port. So now we'll try to see one more interesting things. Let's try to scale this EpicBook with two containers. How can we do that? We'll run again Docker Compose up. Compose up. Now we'll define the scale here. So our service name is EpicBook. So give number 2 and define T. So you see there is a two containers creating now. One is EpicBook 1 and another is EpicBook 2. So that means let's try to see Docker PS. Yeah. So now there are 4 container. One is there is two EpicBook latest, and one is Traefik, another is MySQL. So there are two EpicBook container. That means we have created a cluster of our application. So now let's try to log in, try to browse our application. IP. So you see, or accessing the application, but there is a two container. So how do we know the which container, or I mean which this request sending is which container? So this is handling by this Traefik proxy, and you see now there is a two container, right? We have seen server 1, right? Now there is a 2 server. So Traefik is acting now as load balancer. So it's sending request either this server or either this server, depending on its algorithm. I don't know. Yeah, that's now if we see there is server 2, because we have created EpicBook 2 container for EpicBook service. Now if we scale down again, so EpicBook, let's say give number 1. Then it will give, yeah, so it's being the second container. So it's removed now. Now let's go there and reload the page. Yes, so one is gone. That's how we can use Docker Compose also for scaling. And this is the advanced we can use option with Traefik proxy. And here one more thing that uh, if you remember that in for Nginx reverse proxy we have to define the configuration how we can pass a request to the server. So but instead with Traefik we define these labels to route the request between the containers. So Traefik will capture based on these labels and it will send request. So just within these lines, we can set up this reverse proxy things with Traefik. Yeah, that's all the thing I think for me. Anjana, did I miss anything to share? Please let me know.
Mark, you have deleted some folders from this EpicBook app, the clone one.
The clone. Yeah, this is the clone, right? Yeah.
You have deleted the DB folder and
Yes. Oh, okay. So I didn't share it. Okay, I think I've shared it. I described this. This is the our init DB. Yeah. I think I've shared this. So, yeah, let's try to understand here. So okay, I missed anything? No, I think so. Yeah, I think I've shared everything, guys. If you have any confusion or anything, please let's discuss. Guys, do you have any confusion? Anyone have solved this problem and let us share how did you pass this plain text password and how did you input this data? These are the two problems that I faced and I try to solve here.
Which one? Which one?
I mean, how did you input this data in your?
No, I didn't do any of this thing. Mine was very plain vanilla. See, Docker Compose file I created and Docker file, which was required. And only thing, the port number I changed in one or two files because that was required. Then for Nginx, you need configuration file. So that I created.
Okay.
And everything, if you want, I can just share the Docker Compose file. If you want, I'll just do that. 1 minute.
Okay. So the thing is like you see, this is the plain text, right? This is the plain text things.
Yes, even for me,
so
yeah.
we can in production we can share like this type of file, right? So so we need to change these things, and
Yes.
when we need to change these things dynamically. So when we will create container, this value should be updated, right?
Yes. So for that, I created a .env file, which is there in the root. Okay, the epic directory, na. So I created a .env file, and then when I'm passing, and then it is taking from there. The whole thing is getting loaded from there. Now, if you want that also, I think in the last application, the yesterday's application, there was something, right? The password and all, you store it in files. Okay, you create two files and then you store it, like username and password. You store it and then from the file you use it. There was something like that which I had done yesterday. And for this, I didn't use it, but then it is coming from the .env file for me. I may not have changed everywhere, but at least for certain places, I have changed it from the .env
so
file.
the thing is, you have copied. There's another way, I think, but like we can share. We can mount.
Sure.
We can mount volumes and in that booleans, if we update anything, if you remember, right, if you remember, there's one Docker booleans and one is bind mount. So in bind mount, we just mount our host folder as a boolean with container. So in that case, if we update anything in our host machine folder, it's instantly update inside the container, right?
Right. Right.
So we can use that also in that case. Like we can share it as a folder, and there we can update this value. Then inside the container, it will be changed as well. So then if we restart the container, it will update this value.
Right. For the database, I just use volume and then I pass db underscore data. That is the this thing path for that is where lib MySQL, and then db. Db is one directory where we have in the application. So that I'm passing to the entry point. That is when MySQL is going to load the seeding of the data. So that Docker entry point init db.d. So that is where, if you keep that, it will pick up all the files which are there in the DB directory. So that is what I did. I didn't create anything separate. Mine is like kind of nothing extra because I wanted to learn this. So I didn't go further. So whatever was there within that scope, only I did that. For that, I did like that. I didn't copy anything. I didn't create a separate directory here.
No, directory is not issue. I mean, let's say in we can put this inside this folder. That's
Yes,
not issue. So this is not an issue, right? So
yeah, there is already one directory there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I think this is not the issue, because even if even if this folder is inside this folder, then what we have to do inside this compose file, we just update this path, right? Here we just
Yes.
we just update the path. So this is not the issue, right? But
No.
the thing is how we can pass this value. So this is the way. Like in booleans, we can define this SQL file as a booleans, then it will update. So we have to ensure that we have passed this inside the Docker entry point, because only entry point will run when the container is start. If you passed any other folder, then it will not work.
Yeah. I only passed what was already there in EpicBook. So I just did the DB. I passed that as a mapping. That mapping that I'm doing to this particular entry point was DB folder, that .db folder. That's all. And the second one, of course, is required, because internally where it is going to store that is DB data, and it is mapped to where live MySQL.
So yeah, this is for data persistent. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I did. And apart from that, logs. I had a separate logs directory for EpicBook, so that
Okay.
So that the application logs are stored separately.
We can share volume.
Yeah. Then for Nginx, again, separate volumes for configuration. Certification also, certs also are required, right? TLS.
Yes.
Optional.
We did use
And that's it. Service healthy. That is the only thing now that app condition depends on. So here also mine a couple of times it used to break, because my app is not yet started. Because even if it is started, it has to all the data is getting populated by database, right? Then the app will start. So it takes time for it to start. So by then Nginx is already checking that the database, it looks like, sorry, the app is up, and then it says the service is healthy. It is checking. I don't know why it's saying healthy, because it is still trying to make it healthy. If you look at the this thing, it shows as it is trying. It is just there's one more word. No, it's not showing healthy. There's something else. One keyword is there. It keeps saying that it's checking that if it is healthy, and then only it becomes healthy, or it becomes unhealthy if there is some error. Yeah.
Okay, I think anyone have any question about this assignment?
No, you have explained very well. So congratulations. And one more thing I want to say, whenever you go to LinkedIn, if you are going to post something, right, regarding this particular assignment, then you have to clarify like what is this Traefik you are using and what is the benefit of this. Just go in chat GPT and take a valuable feedback from there, like what is it means, why we are using this kind of thing, right? So you can learn, and you can show like we have learned this new new thing, right? While implementing this assignment. Okay.
Yes, yes. I am very new on Traefik,
Hmm.
but I think yeah, it's the lovely things we
And
can
yeah,
explore.
you can take a screenshot of this also. I mean, it's a very impressive.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's really cool. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys.
This is the first time I've seen Traefik.
We always learn something new when Mubarak comes, and some of them others also. A few of them who know more, they always we learn something new. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's nice that you are sharing.
Sorry, I want to ask, this traffic proxy, does it do the same work as Argo CD?
Agro CD.
I think Argo CD will come.
No.
Oh,
I
wait,
think no. Yeah.
Argo CD will come in Kubernetes.
no.
Okay. Tomorrow we will learn about that.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
give
have
us
much knowledge
tutorial?
about Argo CD,
No,
but I think that's for
Mubarak, can you give us tutorial for this Traefik, please? I beg.
Yes,
Look
and
for
how
me
you
and
can
give us
actually
tutorial
connect it
about
to your
this,
deployment
because
too.
I don't really know. Please, I beg you. It's just like these things like really into my head.
You can share it. Okay, you can share it.
this compose file.
Yeah, he's saying.
Okay, I am sharing in the chat. Okay, this is the link. I'll share. You guys can check it and let me know if you have any confusion about any lines. I will try to explain. I have shared in the chat. Okay, the compose file link I have shared in the chat. So I mean, with Traefik, we just need to use these labels. These labels are very important here. Okay. Even in the morning when I gone through the Traefik documentations, I used here Traefik image version tag is version 3.4, and the whole day I got error. I could not ever able to get this space. At the evening, I found that there's the issue with Docker provider, something like API. Then it said change this image version to 3.6, and finally it's solved. It was broken 3 days ago.